Hello guys, and welcome to another video with me, Katashikun. Today we're trialing out the Biotic Vanguard, the human uncommon class. Sorry, no, the human common class that you get just from being on multiplayer. So far it's a fun character, like all Biotic people. Biotic Charge has always been a fan favourite of everyone. Just for the simple fact that you can just look at an enemy from a distance and then just charge into them. This guy comes with 3 different abilities. One is, oh, I'm using them all wrong at this moment. Fucking shit, fuck.
Squad member down.
But yes, I appear to be using them all wrong at this moment in time. But the way this class works is that as more of a frontline fighter, you run in, you use your shockwave, then a biotic charge, and then Nova. Further on the route of upgrading the abilities, you can end up using Nova as part of your shield. So when you have 100% shield, you can use Nova so that it has no recharge time. And that timed with Biotic Charge means you can use Nova at least, well, depending on how you upgrade Biotic Charge, you can use it at least 4 times. I think when Nova uses shields, it ends up using 0.5, so it uses half of shields.
Hostiles en route.
But as the character goes right now, because this is the first time I'm using him as a class-specific character himself, I don't want this thing meleeing me. Oh, wow, you really just... Oh. When they did the patch, they definitely made the nullifier just like overpowered with its melee capability. It's just constantly trying to attack me. Wow. Shockwave has no force. And I'm not lagging. I'm not lagging at all. Oh, another nullifier. So, I need something to charge it. So right now, at Biotic Charge's standard, Biotic Charge's standard runs on recharge speed, and I think it can also, I don't know if they've included that variant in Andromeda, but it can also run off shields if this is following the same rules as number 3. I don't think they will, because this is mainly a shield generating power. Or barrier, sorry. Well, because Biotics don't have shields, they have barriers. Another thing I've noticed is not just with this character, but with all of them, if you're doing a... See? That didn't contact. That didn't contact with them. Cyclone? Nullifier? If you do a jump melee, where you slam the ground, it doesn't always connect with enemies, even if you're directly next to them. I've no idea if that's to do with connection or otherwise, but it's just something I found is a bit glitchy, which I haven't fixed through this patch that they did recently. Shockwave gets really good the more you power it. It's also a detonator, but none of the powers that the Vanguard have prime powers whatsoever. But like I said, this character is more of a fast-paced class. You're meant to go in, you're meant to dish the damage, and then run away. And then when you're ready, you can dish the damage out again. Just keep regenerating your shields, so you can stay in the fight for longer. As the class stands so far, the Talon, I can't remember how much it actually weighs. But without playing this class at all, he seems to only be able to hold the Talon. without suffering a recharge penalty. That was quick. Holy hell, he just span round. The turn radius. God, it's like a Rocket League car. Oh, it's about to Biotic charge that. But yeah, Nova, like Biotic charge is mainly, like primarily used, from what I've seen, to gain shields and to do damage to a singular enemy. I think during its upgrade tree, you can actually have it so its radius is wider and hits more enemies. And that, along with Nova, is a pretty nice little combo. Whoa, that frame rate drop, holy shit. Ooh. The Talon, why am I using the Talon? The Talon's pretty good. It's a shotgun pistol. It should be more lightweight than it actually is, but I guess you can't really have something that packs a punch without some kind of drawback. And in this case, the Talon deals a lot of damage, but weighs probably... They would have torn me a new one. But the Talon definitely dishes out a lot of damage. Oh, they're just spawning doubles of everything on me. Holy shit. They're spawning doubles of everything on me. Holy hell. Let's get rid of them breaches. I've got no ammo. I'm just spamming the button thinking I'm shooting. Call this ammo here. Also, when upgrading this guy's melee option, at the end of its tree, I think in the middle of its tree, rank 4 and rank 5 powers, you can actually have the option... You can have the option to gain shield per enemy hit with your Biotic punch. Oh, I need someone. There we go. Oh, fire combo. Like I said, his powers here are a detonating power. You can actually, I think Shockwave can lift. If you upgrade Shockwave enough, I think it does get to a point where it can prime enemies for combo detonations. If that's the case, depending on whether it interferes with either increasing its range or giving it a priming capability, you may be able to throw it into a distance further than it can already, and then use Biotic Charge to finish it. Nova isn't a primer or a detonator right now, which doesn't quite make sense. I think it should be a primer, or at least have... Well, not a primer, it should have a detonator. If not, then it should at least prime people for combo detonations. Oh! 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 No, of course I can't get it. Extraction! But oh fuck. So many. Such damage. But yeah, this character definitely performs really well. And I can see why people will use it, especially for the later stages like silver. Like silver and gold. Did I get rid of more? Nope, just... Like I said, things need to be upgraded for this guy's true potential to come out, because it doesn't seem like... Though he can dish out damage really quick, I feel like for the enemies that were just here, 3 enemies that were just here, should have all died with the Biotic Punch. No, not the Biotic Punch, the Charge and the Nova combo. Like I said, when you upgrade Biotic Charge, you can have it hit more than one enemy, which would have been useful in that situation. As well as hitting more than one enemy. Oh, fuck you. As well as hitting more than one enemy, you can then use Nova to hit the enemies that are on the ground, and if you need any other sort of area of effect, you've got your jump melee. Oh, why are you so shit? It's bronze. I know I died once, but that's once. Oh, fuck. Fire as many powers as you can, run away. Get some shield on there. I was full. Whoops. But yeah, this character, which we'll describe, well, I'll go about the build discussion in a moment. This character will definitely be great for later on silver and gold stages, and hopefully when I do the build discussion, I can show you that through the way I think it should be played as a character. Bronze is getting more and more mundane to do. Like, if I didn't have to level up any characters, then I probably wouldn't be doing bronze. For me, I'd want to go straight to silver, and for gold, I'd definitely use a level 18 plus character, or possibly level 16. I think a level 16 character with people who know what they're doing can do gold comfortably. These people who solo gold are just nutcases. They literally live life on the edge and they don't care what comes around the corner. Literally. Just checking things quickly before I talk about them. Okay, so now that I've got it underway, if you saw what I was looking at, Barry, I was looking at the last stages of it. Charge. I think I spoke about this in the Vanguard class for the Krogan, but I'd go rank 1 to 3 standard. It's a detonator, and it hits a single area, a small area. Force 500, but I guess it can go higher. And you restore 50% shield as standard for making the hit. 30%, 45% recharge speed, rank 2, and rank 3 is damage and force. Rank 4, damage and force or radius. Like I was mentioning, you can hit and damage your enemies within a small radius around the person you initially aimed at. This means in that situation where I had the 3 hanging behind the cover in the video just now, you can hit all 3 of them. They'll all receive damage, and then you can just finish them off with, say, Nova or just a jump melee. If you don't want to do radius, you can opt for the damage and force, which will mean you hit them harder and you hit them for more damage. You may not hit people around them, but if you knock that guy away, that's one person you have to worry about. That's one less person you have to worry about. Weapons and melee or power synergy. Improves weapon and melee damage for 3 seconds after charging. Enhances all powers for 5 seconds after charging. Based on the powers and how they should be used, I reckon for this character I would probably go for power synergy. What that means is that after you've used Biotic Charge, you use Nova straight away. Like, use Biotic Charge, you get that shield back, you use Nova, hit the area around you. Because of this, enhancing all powers of 5 seconds after charging with a 25% for force and damage is really great for doing that. And not only that, after you've done Nova, if there are some people left in a line or in a general, like, smallish area, you can use Shockwave to eliminate the rest. And actually you should be able to do that all within 5 seconds. And this is just after a charge. And this takes 8 seconds to recharge, so if you fire them off quickly and time it right, you can get the 5 seconds in. And then you might be doing a jump melee, and then Biotic Charge is redone, revamped, and you can just continue on the spree. If you don't want power synergy, you can use weapon and melee. So if you don't want to do the Biotic Charge and Nova combo, or if you do that anyway, you can charge in using a Biotic Charge. You can grab probably a shotgun, I'd say, and you get a 15% damage bonus and a 30% melee damage bonus. But I think in terms of the power and your melee and how much each do, I'd probably go for power synergy. Biotic charge and Nova followed by a shockwave within 5 seconds seems like a good place to go. Rank 6, Shock Trooper or Bastion. Almost 100% recharge speed. Hold on, plus 35% recharge. Let's go plus 75% recharge speed. So at this point it seems like you'll probably be using, I can't be reading that right, you'll be using Biotic charge every 3 seconds. If you go 50% recharge speed, then you get 4 seconds. So is this what? Is this just like you just use it constantly? I don't think so. I think it has like maybe 1 second cooldown or something like that. That seems mad. That's mental. That's mental build. If you want to try that out, go ahead. I have no idea right now. I think if I do max spec a Biotic charge character, it's definitely something I will be trying. But if that's the case, that's insane. You'll have as much shield as you want whenever you want, so long as there's an enemy there. And you can keep dishing this out. And not to mention, if you do the power synergy or weapon melee, this will keep coming into effect for 5 seconds, because this thing will you just be Biotic charging everything in sight. If you don't do Shock Trooper, you can go Bastion, which fully restores shields and reduces incoming damage 5 seconds. You get a damage resistance of 75, which is really, really good. If you remember, like 100 damage resistance is half damage. So just from doing 1 charge, not only do you restore 100% of your shields, you gain plus 35% damage, and also you reduce your damage by almost half. The damage, incoming damage, you reduce it by almost half. So for me, I don't quite know how the Shock Trooper thing comes out, because this says 35% recharge speed, and that's 75% recharge speed, so altogether you get plus 110% recharge speed. Does this thing even cool down? Can you just hold like the button? Can you just hold L1 forever? But for me right now, because I haven't tried out the recharge speed, rank 1 to 3 will be standard. Rank 4 I would go damage force. Rank 5 I'd go power synergy, and rank 6 I'd go bastion for this class. Nova channels energy into a point blank high damage explosion around the user. Unfortunately, as you can see, people didn't exactly go flying like that in the left hand side, but it affects a 4-meter radius. Its force isn't that great. Right now Biotic charge has more force, but it still doesn't send people flying in that weird T-pose angle. But yeah, recharge time is 12 seconds, but we can probably cut that down. Can we cut that down at all? No, of course not. Way too powerful, obviously. Rank 1 to 3 standard, you got 25% damage radius, and you got a 15% damage and force. So you hit a wider area and more force and damage by rank 3. Rank 4 you can increase the damage further, the radius, so you can hit an even wider area than before, or you can do the damage and force bonus, keeping the radius from rank 2, and also dealing more damage in that smallish area. Rank 5, shields and armor. I think for me, this is always a difficult question. Pardon me for a moment. This is always a difficult question for me, because I never quite know which enemy I'll be using it on the most. If this was Outlaws, I'd probably end up facing more armoured enemies. If this is Remnant, then they'll all be shielded. And if this is the Ket, then they'll probably be just shields. So, for me and this character, I probably want to get rid of the shield first, so I'll get rid of I'll do anti-shield. It'll probably be the best thing, 60% damage versus shield. That's mad. That's more than other powers provide. Now, like I said before, Nova doesn't seem to be doing anything in terms of, pardon me, in terms of priming or detonating powers. However, as you can see in rank 6, knocks enemies to the ground and primes them for combo detonations. Unarmored, unshielded, normal sized enemies, of course. Or, Nova eliminates its recharge time and it consumes 100% of your shields when you use it. So if this is the case, this means you're charging in, using Nova to expel your shield, then using Biotic Charge to get your shield back, using Nova again. If you've got it scaled right with your barrier, you can restore shield on low health, which means that you can use Nova again, but that depends on how powerful Nova is at the end. But for me, I see this risky, especially on silver and gold. I can see this being a big risk, but also a big advantage if used correctly and if nothing goes wrong. So for me, I think rank 6 with damage and force, priming them as well, will mean I don't have to touch anything in terms of Biotic Charge and Shockwave. I don't have to rely on them to be a primer or detonator. I can just let them be detonators. So rank 1 to 3 would be the same. Rank 4 I'd go damage and force. Rank 5 I'd go anti-shield. Rank 6 I'll go seismic nova. Shockwave. As you can see at the end, it turns into lifting shockwave. But since Nova already has that, we don't have to specifically rely for shockwave to do any priming. We can keep that as a solid detonator. So rank force 525, so it does more force than Biotic Charge, but people still don't go flying like that. I'd love them to go flying like that. And then the preview on the top left. Effect radius is 1.5 and the recharge time is 15. I'd like to, I think I'd end up I'd like to do damage to force, but I think for me I'd go rank 1 to 3 is standard, rank 4. See, is the top left preview something that goes in between two enemies and then launches them? Is that with the radius upgrade? I don't think it is. So for me 1.5 seems so small. 1.5 radius. But anywho, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3 standard damage, force and recharge speed. Rank 4 I'd go damage and force. Remember, this is going to be something that'll be after Biotic Charge and Nova has been used to clear out remaining enemies. So for me, damage and force would be what I'm going to be using. And with the damage boost that Biotic Charge provides, it'll definitely be worth it. Rank 5, recharge speed or reach. For me, I'd definitely go reach. Recharge speed is, if you watch the other videos, you'll see I never really go for recharge speed. But in terms of shockwave, I want it to reach a distance. I want it to go further and hit enemies ahead of me, so that when I do end up using a Biotic Charge on them, maybe I can kill them in one hit. Maybe I can stun them more, and everything will be easier to kill that way. Rank 6. Anti-armor, definitely. I don't want to touch its detonating capabilities, so I'm going to keep it as a detonator, and I'm going to go for anti-armor. Also, having it reach longer means you can be behind cover. You can throw this out, you can throw a shockwave out, and it will go further without you having to, get out of the cover and go closer to an enemy in order to attack them. So for me, rank 1 to 3 will be the same. Rank 4, depending on how many people you want to hit at once. I think after I upgrade this character, I'll probably end up doing radius, but for now I'm going to do damage and force. I'll do reach, and I'll do anti-armor for rank 6. Apex training. a Vanguard isn't really going to be in the air. It's going to be on the ground and mobile. Weapon specialist, power specialist, plus to all power recharge speeds with that. Okay, I probably will end up just going to rank 3 or possibly even rank 2. Depends on how this character performs. Rank 3, if I want to carry more, I end up just unlocking rank 3 so that the weapon capacity goes up a bit. For me though, rank 1, 2 and 3 you get biotic damage, power, you get weapon damage and weight, and you also get more weapon damage for rank 1. That's standard. Rank 4, power augmentation or weapon training. I'd go power augmentation. Vanguards should be dishing out power constantly, as much damage as possible in a small to medium area. A Vanguard should have close quarters advantage over everything, so I think power damage would be good. Ammo and targeting would definitely be what I'd use. It'd be good to have more spare ammo, and if you're using a shotgun and aiming at their head, the 20% weapon headshot weak point bonus will definitely be good. Definitely be good. Rank 6, weapon specialist or power specialist. I'd go power specialist so everything recharges quicker and I can spam more powers. Power force and power damage is also a great improvement, always. There's never really a dull moment when you don't have that. The force means they can go flying further and perhaps off the map. You know, all enemies can go off the map, and 15% power damage increases its general damage and recharge speed. Speaks for itself. Rank 5 aerial combat training, I don't really see a point. 100% weapon accuracy while airborne. That's great and all, but as a Vanguard, you need to be. You're not really a sponge. You're like a heavy combat specialist who can maintain a small area just through sheer force and damage. So I think through aerial combat is probably not worth it for this character. So for me, I'd go 1, 2, 3 is the same. I'd go power augmentation for rank 4, or ammo and targeting for rank 5, and weapon power specialist, sorry, for rank 6. Though for me, this class I'll probably be going rank 1 and 2, maybe rank 3, depends. Barrier. Probably one of the most important trees to upgrade in this, as well as Biotic Charge. Uses Biotic abilities to augment standard kinetic barriers. So instead of a shield, Biotic people have barriers to protect them instead. So rank front 1 to 3, you get plus 25 max shields, plus 25% shield regeneration and health regeneration delay reduction, and you get plus 30% melee damage, Biotic melee. Rank 4, recuperative barrier or unyielding barrier. Health regeneration delay reduction or shield regeneration, or unyielding barrier, which is plus 30% max shields. I'd go with unyielding barrier. It's all good having a delay reduction and a shield regeneration, so it restores quicker. However, I think having more shield to begin with, and you don't have to wait for it to regen. I shouldn't have to rely on waiting for it to regen, especially this class and all the powers you can use to get your shield back. So I think I'll be going unyielding barrier for this. Rank 5, Biotic Alacrity? Biotic Alacrity. Reduces weapon weight and improves speed while shields are active. Shield cost is reduced with Biotic powers that deplete shields to activate. So as you can see, it says plus 10% weapon weight capacity, so you can carry more. 10% Biotic shield cost reduction, so for those shields, for those powers like Nova, which use 100% shield, having Biotic Clarity on, you'll end up using 90% of your shield, so you have that little bit left, so it just boosts your survivability a bit. Now this is the change. You can either have Biotic Clarity on there, or you can have Barrier Drain, which partially restores shields with each successful melee attack. shield restored by 20% with each melee, that's good. That means you just have to hit 5 enemies. You have to hit 5 times, pardon me, you have to hit an enemy 5 times for your shield to be restored to 100%. And you also get 50% melee damage. That means if you're using your powers and they rely on shield, having this is great. But even without that, I'd go barrier drain, because this guy's going to be up close and personal. He's going to be hitting loads of people. You may as well be having some other benefit other than just dishing out area damage. So for me, I'd go barrier drain. This is where things can get interesting as well for a rank 6. For rank 6 tree, active barrier or saving barrier. Active barrier partially restored shields after taking down an enemy with a biotic power. Affects all allies within 6 meters. Shields get restored by 10% on a biotic kill with all enemies in, well, all allies in 6 meters. Say you have an entire team of biotics with you. Don't know why, but say that's the case, and say you're using your powers like shockwave to biotic combo everything, or even that. If you're primed, if you've hit an enemy with a biotic power and they're primed, and you get an assist kill for it, then that counts as a biotic kill, which restores 10% to allies in the area. This in combo with this means that if you do a biotic punch, which is what your melee is called, you end up restoring 30% shield per hit, or per. You can restore up to 30% shield if you can kill the enemy, and then you get the 20% from the barrier drain rank 5. Well, you can do rank 6, shields restored at low health 100%, low health threshold 25%. So when you have a quarter of your health, you'll restore your shields to 100%. Brilliant. That is what I'd use. I'd use saving barrier, because this guy's going to be up close and personal. If he runs out of shields for whatever reason and your powers are still recharging, every 10 seconds, if you manage to last 10 seconds and you're still at 25%, your shield will just go max, and you won't have to eat. That bolsters your survivability. So for me, I'd go saving barriers. So rank 1 to 3 would be a standard. Rank 4, I'd go unyielding barrier. Rank 5, barrier drain. And rank 6, I'd go saving barrier. Anyway guys, for the loadout, as you can see, I've got something different than Juggernaut Shield. I have an adaptive War Amp instead, which increases the damage dealt by biotic powers by 15%. Instead of using Juggernaut Shield, which increases shields by 10% and melee damage of 75, this guy requires heavy use of biotic powers, so that's why I'll be using that. There's also something I added in the patch, was adaptive War Amp. Equipment you can use all the time, it's not a multiple buy thing, and that's good, so it means you can keep using them. Once you have them, you have them. As you can see on the top left of the power recharge speed 100%, above that blue block, that's lighter than the rest of it, the small section that's lit up, that is from holding the talon. The talon only weighs 30. So the talon only weighs 30, and already he's reached the point. Any other thing added onto this will bake it over, and 3% or more reduction in recharge speed. So for me, you probably have to be holding one weapon, so make sure it's a weapon you can use, even just the equalizer or something else, because this weapon shreds. This weapon shreds through people, and I'm surprised it's not gone through any kind of nerf at all. But yeah, one power should be great, one weapon. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you want me to do anything else in particular, character-wise, weapon-wise, loadout, color schemes, etc. Hit me up in the section below. Add me on PSN if you want as well. We can have a couple games together. I won't mind. And should you do well, you can star in my videos as well. Oh man, imagine that. No. But feel free to add me. Feel free to comment in the section below if you want to know anything else. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was informative for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.